It's May, so that means we're close to Summer Game Fest, where we get a ton of new gameplay and trailers for already announced titles, and of course a ton of new reveals. Xbox already announced their big show for June 12th that will once again feature Bethesda games, and we actually got some big rumors about some titles that will be there. The leaks are really out of control for upcoming and still unannounced games, and there seems to be a trend that PS4 and Xbox One will be left behind. So I want to give you a roundup of the most important rumors right here. Of course, if you like these big Sunday videos, then leaving a like would really be awesome. And subscribe, because every Sunday I post a big leak and a news roundup video like this. You likely remember Skull and Bones, right? The Ubisoft pirate game announced at E3 2017. Well, Ubisoft tweeted this week that we should keep our eyes on the horizon with a small bit of new in-game footage. We all see the new logo and stay tuned. This was likely a response to a video that leaked on Reddit, basically showcasing a whole overview of the game. I cannot show you the gameplay here, as that will of course result in a strike on the channel. So I will use 2017 and 2018 footage instead. And it's actually surprising how little the game has changed compared to 4 years ago. There's namely still only naval combat, so while you can walk around certain outposts with your pirate avatar, similar to E3 2018, do some upgrades, pick up some missions, all the outside exploration and combat is done with a ship. Again, it's very similar to the 2018 demo I got to play. Boarding happens with a cutscene instead of being able to fight yourself. If you find a location, you will be able to command your crew to loot the area, so another small scene will play, after which you're back on your ship. I just don't think that only naval combat will be enough for a full-priced game, because it was always just a small part of the Assassin's Creed titles, which actually made it more enjoyable because you knew that you would be fighting on land soon after. There also doesn't really seem to be a story, with the goal really just being, hey, you are a rookie, become the most fearful pirate there is by taking out NPC and player ships. The coolest part might be world events that require you to group up with other people to take on stronger ships, or maybe even a Kraken, which was of course teased before. We will find out soon enough, maybe already during that Xbox showcase, as I think the game will be coming to Game Pass day one, as I said many times before, similar to Extraction, but I do think that Ubisoft likely wants to see the excitement first before making that deal. So yeah, I think we will see more during the Ubisoft Forward event, maybe also in June. And interesting, in an article by credible leaker Tom Henderson, he notes that Skull and Bones is still scheduled to release by April 2023 on current-gen consoles and PC, while the game was first planned for PS4 and Xbox One as well, so maybe Ubisoft changed that. Another game that could ditch older consoles is Gotham Knights, of course announced back in 2020 as a game for almost every platform, but, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if they ever talked about the platforms since then, when we for example saw the Court of Owls trailer at DC Fandom last year, or when they announced the October 25th release date, we did not see the platforms it would launch on. Because now we have the official Taiwanese rating board only rate the game for Xbox Series and PS5, leaving out PS4 and Xbox One versions. Now, this could of course mean nothing, it could also be a mistake. I think the rating was actually already removed. So if you only have a last gen platform, I should not worry just yet. This still seems to be kinda iffy, although you will likely miss out on a Jedi Fallen Order 2. Almost every week we get new rumors about the sequel from very credible sources, one of which is Jeff Grubb, who confirmed that the new Star Wars Jedi game will be new gen only, next to PC of course, and release in 2023. So known Star Wars leaker Bespin Bulletin noted that for many years late 2022 was still the internal aim, but that they did change it up, likely to get more development time. And another reason being that launching in 2023 gives more people the time to buy a next-gen console, so more potential buyers at the release of this game. Most 2022 games still launch on old platforms as well, like God of War, Hogwarts Legacy, Saints Row, while 2023 seems to be the cutoff point, with all the big games being next-gen only, like the Dead Space remake, we have Suicide Squad, the new Spider-Man game of course. So yeah, it makes sense that Jedi Fallen Order 2 will be early 2023 then likely. Both Jeff Grubb and Bespin Bulletin, by the way, note that we will see it during the Star Wars celebration starting May 26th not with its own panel, but still the announcement should be pretty big. I personally hold my fingers crossed for a May the 4th, maybe name tease already, as it will not be called Jedi Fallen Order 2, but Star Wars Jedi something. We'll of course keep you posted here, and in the meantime, you can check out my previous Sunday video going in depth on all the recent rumors about the game. I will leave a link to that one in the video description. Let's do some quick new game rumors. It seems that 2K is working on a Rocket League competitor called Gravity Goal, but then with Tron-like bikes instead of cars. The big difference is also the fact that you can throw discs at the opponent's car to cause damage, so that seems to be the extra layer. The game was also found in the Steam database last year, so maybe we see it soon. What you're looking at here is Project Q, another new Ubisoft free-to-play PvP game. It's still in early development. It's a third-person action game with special abilities, including weapons, but also melee attacks. You have to capture points. The gameplay leaked as well, so that's why they announced it early. I again can't show it. That's why you're seeing Roller Champions footage here, because that looks kind of similar in terms of art style. But overall, damn, like Ubisoft is going crazy with these free-to-play titles, throwing everything at the wall in the hope that something at one point will stick. Now going back to that Microsoft press conference, because the big highlight will likely be Starfield unless they do some sort of blowout before that show. Either way, we got some gameplay leaks about the game by a Reset Era user called Heavy008, a verified character artist with later Jason Schreier, who of course has an amazing track record, confirming that this user was indeed legit. Can't necessarily back up everything they said, but they were definitely who they said they were. And the big thing Heavy008 confirmed was manual flying, so that we can control our spaceship to likely fly to the different planets. He also said that the game has an overabundance of content, probably too much, so that's not the issue. Finding the fun and of course bug fixing is the big thing. They should be in beta in the summer, and that should make it clear if the game is going to hit the November 11th window. I'm sure they want to do everything to hit that, but of course we will see. Other new games Microsoft will show are the new Forza Motorsport, which seems to be in beta with some influencers having played it. Could likely still launch this year. Of course, they had the sort of year off, after which we saw a new Forza Horizon. So now it's the motorsport time, and then next year we likely see a new Horizon game again. Really curious what the new release date will be for Redfall, because summer 2022 seems very unlikely unless they do like a very short re-reveal and sort of release date announcement. That would be pretty cool. And we also have Rich Lambert, the creative director at ZeniMax Online Studios, teasing something for at the event. And we know that the Elder Scrolls Online studio has been working on a new IP for a really long time, and it might be, according to some job listings, an open world game with challenging combat and a fun vehicle gameplay, and they're probably using the Unreal Engine 5. A reveal could totally be in the cards. If I could pick one game though, I would love to see Fable again. It's been 2 years since the announcement, so you would think that they might be ready to showcase some gameplay, right? If it's potentially launching next year or 2024. I would love that. We'll be live reacting to the show on June 12th, so I hope you will be watching with us here on YouTube, and we'll likely do more predictions in the future with more Sunday videos. And really, of course, in the coming weeks we will hear more announcements for similar sort of shows, Ubisoft Forward, maybe Square Enix will do something again. I really hope we see something from Sony, because I think they can like talk about a ton of things. God of War as the most imminent thing, of course. There are once again rumors about The Last of Us remake, with someone actually working at Naughty Dog in their LinkedIn noting an unannounced remake project and an unannounced multiplayer project. Those two seem to be imminent, right? The Last of Us factions, of course, and the remake of the first game, with maybe even a director's cut of Last of Us Part 2. Spider-Man, I totally think they will do some sort of trailer for that. Horizon DLC, what is Sony Band, the creators behind Days Gone, what are they working on? They're doing a new IP. A ton of cool stuff is coming. And I'm really curious what the next couple of weeks will look like, because usually we see some spotlights on big games before the sort of June craziness kicks off. Jedi Fallen Order seems to be one of them. I also think we will get a spotlight on Avatar Frontiers of Pandora from Ubisoft. We actually learned the name of the second movie that is launching in December. Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. we actually get a trailer. If you like go and watch Doctor Strange, you will see the trailer before the movie starts, and that trailer will then later drop as well on the internet. Maybe we see some sort of cross promotion for both the movie and the game, or kind of like around that. I could totally see that. We'll of course follow everything, report it back here on the channel and in these Sunday videos. So totally subscribe if you haven't already. A like on the video would really help me out. And if you want to know about the big 2022 games that are still coming, of course check out my previous video by clicking on the screen. I go over all of them, tell you which one I think will be delayed, although I do think that most will hit. For now though, I will speak to you soon. Thanks for the support and goodbye.